Hi, I'm Matthew on Sports Talk Radio with my two co-hosts,
Jackson
and
Mason.
today we're going to be talking about NFL teams that we think are going to underperform and some that we think are going to overperform expectations. Now, first, I'm going to start with overperform expectations. I'm going to be going with the Baltimore Ravens. I think their offseason acquisitions are just too good, and I think that if Lamar can get a full healthy season, he will dominate the NFL. Then a team I think is going to underperform, I'm going to go with the Minnesota Vikings. I think last year was a fluke. I think they won too many close games, which they really could have lost. Like some of them, like the Colts game where they had that crazy comeback. The Detroit game, yeah. Too many close games, and they did end up losing in the first round of the playoffs, which I think just shows they're not a real contender. Now, Mason, what are you to?
Well, I think the team that's going to underperform is the New York Giants. They're getting so much hype and everything with Daniel Jones. I don't think they're going to perform very well. And so, but the overperform, I'd have to go with probably the Minnesota Vikings. I don't know why, but one reason. They have tons of good assets to their team, and they're just good.
Looks like we have a question.
Yeah, big Giants fan, Liam from New York. Mason, so he's just out wearing a Saquon Barkley jersey. Can you tell me more reason why you think they're going to disappoint? I think Daniel Jones finally got a true weapon in Darren Waller. And as long as Brian Dable is the head coach and Mike Kafka is the offensive coordinator, I think the sky's the limit for this Giants offense and the rest of the team.
Well, I think Daniel Jones is just a bad quarterback, and he can't run the ball whatsoever. And maybe he can throw the ball, but he's not Eli Manning or Peyton Manning. But he does have a few good assets, but he's just a bad quarterback.
I'm gonna go. I was gonna say my overperforming team is gonna be the New York Giants because they added Darren Waller. Mason. They added Darren Waller. Dan Jones is gonna take a big step up, and they have a good coach. I like Brian Dable. And my team that's going to underperform is the Philadelphia Eagles because I think last year was a fluke. Some of their players got older. And it looks like we have a question.
Hey, guys. I'm a long-time listener, first-time caller. My name is Jake from Baltimore. Really excited to be on the show today. Now, I noticed the last guy was talking about the New York Giants, a team that I really do not like whatsoever. I think they're horrible. Don't even play in New York. They play in New Jersey. Anyway, I am going to stick to that area. What do you guys think about the New York Jets? I know they did have a pretty good offseason. Went out, got Aaron Rodgers, had a couple other pickups there. Had a pretty solid draft class, in my opinion. What do you think? You think they're going to overperform or underperform?
I think they're going to do what expectations. They might make the playoffs, might win a game. And I just don't think they're going to make a run to the Super Bowl.
I completely disagree. I think the Jets are going to be a very good team with their coach, Robert Saleh. I think he's a great coach. I think he could even win Coach of the Year. I think it's possible. I think Aaron Rodgers is still great. I think in Green Bay without Devontae Adams, that's why I think he had a down season. But with Garrett Wilson, Offensive Rookie of the Year, I think he's really going to take a step up. Mason, what do you think?
I know I'm the opposite of everyone. I think the Jets are going to underperform. They're getting so much hype with Aaron Rodgers there. They're just not going to do well because they're just a bad team. They don't have a good coaching staff. They don't have a very good fans is what I'm gonna say, basically.
What do you mean they don't have good fans? They're in New York.
But they're fans. They're just not as hype as the Ravens.
But they're in New York. New York has the most fans, and I think the Jets are going to be decently good this season.
And you did say something about their staff. You don't believe in their coaching?
I don't like their staff.
So, what do you mean you don't? Why don't you like their staff? I think they have top 10 staff in the NFL.
Because all of them make horrible plays, and they're just bad.
Do you even know who the head coach is?
No.
Exactly. Kind of like this other point you made earlier about Daniel Jones not being a running quarterback.
Daniel Jones cannot run the ball to save his life. He will get decked by Tom Brady.
Okay, I think we're going to have to wrap it up there. Thanks for watching the MJM show on Sports Talk Radio.